Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Avorion part 24, and today is going to be a big day because we are going to expand our fleet, finally. So, there's a lot of things I want to talk about today, but this is technically going to be a build episode, but I wanted to touch up and, touch up on a few subjects that have been popping up in the comments recently regarding the upgrade of the ships or the design of new ones. And first of all, the idea with Mr. Krabs, that is still ongoing, but I still need more resources. Something that I thought I would have been able to fix with the introduction of the dirty job, but since we kind of already were saying that dirty job is more of a it kind of exists more for the sake of being able to salvage systems instead of, actually, okay, that is Beluga. Instead of actually being a money maker, it's kind of understandable that I want another ship. So, today we're going to be designing our second miner to help the Beluga. But instead of, mimicking the Beluga, I do want to create a completely new ship from the ground up, and I'll show you exactly what I had in mind, because I do want to make promise on that idea that I had previously, the one that I kept mentioning, that I want to create a non-symmetrical ship design that kind of looks good. So, yeah. Now, let me quickly address the topic of our build episodes in general, because I had a comment, which, well, I don't have my comment screen right now open. It was a comment regarding what do we do with the fact that as I'm building, I'm wasting time, the time is not progressing. I think we have gone far enough in the game that we can allow ourselves to not pause in the build mode. So once we're going to be, creating the ships, everything else is still running. Like, everything else can still be happening without us, being too worried about it. So that is exactly what we're going to do. Apart from that, there are a couple of other things I really want to do. And the first one's going to be, I want to... Oh. That's not good. I'm gonna send the ship with a view to the Unforgiving Curse. I'm also going to be taking a look at what is happening to our salvager. That's perfectly fine. And now, regarding the upgrade of our existing ships. So, for example, take a look at the Beluga. The Beluga and the ship with a view are very good examples of how the overall design choices that I've put into, like even before the make of, modular parts, how the design of the ships have changed over time. So, for example, you have the Beluga. It was using titanium for the most part. It's using, instead of generators, it's using, solar panels to generate its energy, and right now it is just doing mining. That is perfectly fine, but you can already see the original size of the ship. After that, when we started getting our mining turrets, we switched to having cargo blocks, and it was a good enough upgrade, and I think that Beluga is perfectly fine for what it is. And I really don't want to touch it too much. Like, I don't want to touch it design-wise. And so I have come to this conclusion. I want to retain the original shapes and designs of the ships that I have created, even though I enter new places. So, for example, we have, right now, we have almost, more than 500,000 neonite. There is nothing stopping me from placing shields on the Beluga. But I don't want to, because the ship was designed without shields in mind, and it looks better that way. The same thing with the generators. We do even have a generator sort of predefined, predefined part that we could totally put on this thing, but then it would take away from these, you know, stacks, and they are a design choice. So here's my current thoughts on the matter. I am not going to improve the ships in terms of design. I'm not going to start replacing the parts on the Beluga, for example, like I did with... the Beluga did get some treatment. We did give it better engines, but for example, Mr. Krabs over here, it's blocky, it's big, its engine is just a huge block of, you know, neonite engine, and it perfectly suits him because it's a completely different design, right? So yeah, that is my thought. If I'm going to improve in shipbuilding, it's going to be through the creation of new models instead of upgrading old ones. So technically speaking, I'm kind of gonna be like Apple, except the exact opposite of Apple. So, with that in mind, let's take a look at Beluga real quick, because there's something I really need to look at. I'm going to open all statistics, and I'm going to just write this down for myself. It has a cargo hold of 6K. So it has a 6K cargo hold, and that is the main parameter that I'm going to be following when I design the new ship. I don't need a better mining barge, I need another mining barge. So that's kind of a difference. So let's keep doing this. Let's go mine. Let's go here. Refine. Jump back. Loop. So there we go. That's Slurping Beluga. Everything's going to be fine there. And as for myself, I am going to switch to a craft in the sector. Is going to be the ship with a view, because we are going to be taking its captain from it. And also, one of the things that we will have to do later on is actually go back and grab more captains, because I have a feeling that I still am not able to buy captains off of these guys. Although maybe I might be mistaken. I think we might have actually gotten... We have good standing, so... you tell me... Do we have captains? Oh, we can have captains. That's actually very good. Okay, perfectly fine. First things first, let's quickly take a look at the upgrades. Do we have a hyperspace upgrade? No, we do not. I kind of want to find another one. So this is the second one that has an equipment dock. I'm going to quickly take a look over there as well. And after that, we are just going to start building our secondary mining barge. So I read a comment somewhere very long ago that someone suggested the overall design of ship that I should try maybe is the thought of placing down the one item that is most important to the ship, so in this case the cargo hold, and then designing the ship, physically designing the ship around it. And I was kind of enamored with that idea. I have a visual in, like, I have the shape of the ship in my mind's eye right now that I would totally do. So this is a hyperspace upgrade, which is the green. I'm going to grab that as well, just in case. But yeah, let's quickly go back to the capital, and I'm going to create the ship there. I'm not going to name the ship, by the way. I'm going to have a vote for that. So my question is, where did we see that? Where did we see that captain? There's one captain here, but I think it was here. Yes, it's here. Okay, it's gonna be perfectly fine. I kind of want to see where all of the... Yeah, okay, we're gonna go here. Repair dock, it has both the engineers and things. I want to do the one thing in this construction where I actually do already start using skilled labor. So, yeah, I'm gonna park the ship with a view right here. we are going to start the creation of our new shippy right here. Let's found the ship. Let's call it temp name. We actually are starting to use titanium. Like, we're continuing to use titanium. So even if I have to physically leave the ships behind because they're incapable of surviving in harsh environments. So, for example, Beluga, if it gets caught by a pirate raid with torpedoes closer to the barrier, yeah, that thing is not going to survive too much. But, yeah. So, first things first, I do want to... Well, that's kind of annoying. I did want to actually enable the neutral thing, even though it's not pausing the game. Pause when in autosave in building mode. I would really like to have, like, graphics, okay. You know, I guess it doesn't really matter. So, what are we going to do here? We are going to start off by me saying that I'm going to be building everything out of titanium. Like, at the start, it's going to be just titanium. And after that, we kind of figure out what we exactly want to do with this thing. So, my overall idea is the following. I'm going to quickly make a integrity field bar that is around, say, 30. So, no, actually it's going to be more like 38. So, the length from one side to the other is 20. Am I thinking that right? No, actually I'm not thinking that right. I have to make it 42, because I'm losing 42. I'm losing 2 by having this being a 2x2x2 in the middle. So that's sort of the thing. I wonder if currently it's draining my... Yes, it is. Oh, so I physically cannot really... actually, I don't care. Like, there's no actual crew on the ship right now that I care for, so that'll be perfectly fine. So for this ship, I'm going to build it completely around the cargo pods. And for the cargo pods themselves, what I'm going to do is, we have a goal of having 6,000 cargo. And I have an idea that I'm going to scale this thing up until I have the 6,000... Oh, well, I technically already do. So that's kind of neat. So, can I get away with only having 1 cargo hold? And it looks like yes. Yes, I can. So that is really interesting. Okay, we're going to completely change the design then. If I only need 1 of these, there's basically going to be like this. Okay, that comment idea from before, right? This is the main part of the ship. It gives us 6.6k. That's already slightly more than the Beluga. And now we're going to make a ship around it. And I have a good-ish idea of how to do it. And how to do it in a way that it is not actually... It's not actually symmetrical. So what I have something in mind. Picture yourself the Gull transport from Freelancer flipped onto its side. So we're actually going to make the ship kind of around this cargo hold. And we're going to start off by using some of our more immediate choices. So, copy to clipboard. So, I kind of want to find the center here. There we go. I kind of want to figure out how Like, how exactly do I want to do this? Because the, okay. What we're gonna do is we are going to make sure that this ship is controllable AF. Actually, I didn't even need to do that. I can just make it wider without having to split it up like that. So 3 of these would be 24. So there we go. That is our control box. And now we are going to start our energy production. So our energy production is going to be... What is this? I'm not sure what this is. I don't remember what it is. So right now we're going to use that power core module. And we're going to take this as the... Kind of want to... Can I... It's kind of strange that it's not really letting me do that, but I want to take and copy its center, and it's not really making it easy for me to do it. Let's try something like this. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we can actually fill the spots between these 2 items with the generators. So the generators themselves are going to be slightly similar in size to what we have over here. But as for their placement, it's going to be a bit of a challenge. So then this is going to give us so many. There we go. And on the other side, we are going to have like this. It is not, you know, perfectly placed in the middle. I realize that, but that is perfectly fine. We don't need it to be like that. If anything, now we need something more. We need our crew cabin, which we are actually going to be placing on top of a different component, because I kind of need... Okay, we're okay, that is the front. That is the front of the ship. Now I need to place something here so we can place the crew cabin in front of it. Maybe it should actually be... Another power core module, maybe? Yeah, sure. Let's try that. So let's make sure that it is, in fact, kind of usable here. Pirates are attacking the sector. Okay, Mr. Krabs, can you please... And just... Please be a deer and just kill everything you see. There's a good lad. Kind of like this. Like, at this point I'm using the generator for the sake of expanding the shape of the ship itself. It's not an elegant way to do it. I'll give you that. But we're gonna try to do our best. Something like this. Okay, so that is going to be the part where it connects to the front. And now let's do the same thing for the engine in the back. Or what is going to be the engine in the back. That's kind of interesting, actually. It is... Okay, there we go. And now just sort of... Oh! We just received help. I didn't even see what Mr. Krabs did. But hopefully it was very good and very helpful. Okay, something like this. Alright. And at the same time, yeah, sure, let's just continue this thing out. Something like this. So it's kind of like, you know, blocks of Lego. I realize it. I fully acknowledge it. And hopefully we can make this into a... like, not only a, you know, usable ship, but also a interesting ship. So, for example, right now, I need to... So that's going to be giving us a lot of processing power. It's not showing me how much... I'm kind of... Okay, so it's not actually showing me how much hull it's gonna get. So there we go, that's like 200 hull right there. That we are actually not using. So instead, let's kind of keep it practical. Something like this. That should be perfectly fine. Or do we want to design our new cabin ourselves? That's a completely normal thing. So maybe kind of like this. Let's start off with just a block. Let's just put down another block. So that is going to give me a chance to put down slopes for it. Something like this. And there we go. Yeah, that would be perfectly fine, because now, I can take this titanium armor and just wrap it up. Like, neatly wrap it up. Maybe something like this. There we go. Let's make it just a little... There we go. Okay, that looks like a cockpit. Although for some reason these sides are slightly overextending, I didn't even notice. Okay, they are overextending because my scale size is not enough. There we go. Like, I kind of want to be careful to build everything with the same-ish scale size. Just for the sake of it being easier. But it's not something that I will always be able to do. So, as for these parts, I could just fill them out like so, right? But see, that's... I don't know if I want to do that. So instead, I'm going to elongate it. Okay, so that is like 3.5, right? We're going to do the same distance, right? Oh, so what is going on here? Okay, I'm not exactly sure what's happening here. All I know, I want it to be 3.5. I just want it to kind of fit this side. Maybe it's because of the snap. Let me adjust that. Hmm. 0.5 maybe? No, it's not against the ground. Huh. Okay, now it is. Okay, now I just want it to be like 0.5, 0.75. Let's reduce the size again back to 3.5. There we go. And now just try to occupy it in the same size. Oh, it's not uniform. Oh, that's okay. Whatever. I see what the problem is. Like, this part is not uniform. So that's why it's having a fit right now. That's perfectly fine. I can deal with that. Let's make it mundane. So yeah, there we go. That is the... Okay, I am gonna say that the size of the control unit is way too big for the ship itself. There's absolutely no reason for it to be this large. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect these two things here with a regular titanium hull, like this. So when I remove this part, it's not going to just, you know, nuke the ship. So I'm going to disable the safe mode, and I'm going to select it with a rectangle. Hopefully not remove most of this thing, just some of the thing. Okay, there we go. There we go. Now we can kind of readjust the control size of that thing. Let's make it slightly smaller. So again, we're going to be using the control block. We're going to make it much more compact. And honestly, now I kind of want to move this thing so it's... So let's instead place it like this. Just so it's not here, right? Okay, let's try this again. Copy to clipboard. Okay, something like this. And now I can place it somewhere where it's going to be kind of more useful. Again, technically speaking, I'm using it for the sake of, more for the dampener rather than anything else. Something like this. So this thing right now is completely inert. Let's fix that. Let's fix that to the best of our knowledge. The way we're going to do this is we are going to start using the thruster module that we created specifically for this purpose. And we're going to start off by... Well, first of all, I'm going to set the scale step back. And also the grid size back. Or at least as close as possible. So for example, over here we can have a wider one, like this. On the top, over here, we can have an even wider one. But as long as it doesn't go completely overboard in terms of length, then it should be completely fine. Something like this, alright? I also want to put one here. I'm looking at these numbers right now. I want to put, like, get them somewhere up to, like, 0.5-ish. Or something along those lines, at least. But at the same time, I am hesitant to put anything on top of this thing. What the hell was that? There we go, much better. So let's see. Our yaw is very poor. It's like 0.6. Pitch is fine. Roll is... roll is kind of bad as well, actually. But hopefully we can kind of fix that. So in terms of yaw, what can we do? I guess, like... Christ. Keep pressing the wrong thing. You know what? I'm actually going to just use the local snap, just middle snap. There we go. Because that's going to be much easier for me. So that's 1. That's 2. Let's flip around. 3 and 4. There we go. What about now? It's still bad. Is it because I don't have enough mechanics, or is it because the ship design kind of sucks? It's kind of hard to tell. Probably a bit of both. Okay. And now let's go for the engine. Engine. So, how do I want to do this? First of all, where the hell do I attach this thing? Because it is sure as hell... Oh. Okay, so for some reason it is not currently using the correct block as the... Okay, Alt. There we go. Okay, now it is. Thank you. So it's kind of gonna be like this. But I think for a ship this size, we might need something a little bit bigger, something like this. Okay, that looks better. Yaw is still bad, which is to be expected. To some degree, but not to that degree. Like, let's do something about it. Oh, okay, let's actually just... Let's completely get rid of the crew so they're not a problem anymore. Just like in the old days! And yeah, something like this. Oh, a large group of alien ships, huh? I just shot a little bit. Ooh, what is that? Who are these? Estonian minion? What? Well, there comes Mr. Krabs. He's gonna solve this problem really quickly. What is this? Wait, what? What? They're spawning in new ones? Okay, so that is something new. Actually, this thing feels kind of zippy. Like, nothing too zippy, but I actually think it might be better than the Beluga right now. Pirates are attacking the sector now? What is this dude doing? What? What the hell is going on? What is it doing? Yes, I know I don't have enough engineers on the ship. I don't have anything on the ship. What are you talking about? I'm just looking at this madhouse right now. What is going on? You know, this is probably not a good place for this ship. Although I'm sure it will be fine. So one question here is, do we want to cover it in the power armor that we have? Like the Warzone plate in general? Kinda like this? Why is it not setting this part as the center? It is becoming very annoying. I noticed it started doing it at some point. And now trying to do that is kind of troublematic. You see where the problem is? Like, it's not... I'm pressing Alt, and I'm pressing on the frickin' root block. Oh, now after 7 frickin' clicks, now it works? Thanks, game. Yeah, this is gonna be like Sparta. Sparta. Okay, got some Mooney for it. That's good. And yeah, okay, I think the non-essential parts of these ships is done. Now let's make it a little bit more interesting to look at. .25. No, that is not the scale that I want to use. It has to be a 3 or nothing. Let's extend this into a 12. That is making it slightly more interesting to look at. Like this, the thing that I'm currently adding has absolutely nothing to do with this ship being more useful to what it is right now. It is just there for the sake of looking more interesting. Okay. And now for the mining turrets. Now that is going to be kind of... I wonder how do I want this. There used to be a design that was pretty okay to use and was kind of like this. And then we would use a turret base, a slanted turret base, right? And it should be half. No, not that half. Kind of like this. There we go. I like how this still is covered by the... Wait. Why didn't it... The hell? There we go. Okay. Much better. So yeah, this is going to be the mining ship. Global snap, let's reduce it to like 15 again. Like, this is the only thing that I actually do want to be more or less kind of symmetrical. Okay, yeah, there we go. Okay, you know what? No, I don't like this. Or rather, I don't like this part. Just this part. Like, this part can remain, that's perfectly fine. Actually, the way that this could do is to kind of do it like this. And just have two of these. Instead of one and going in odd angles. And there we go. Okay, I think this is going to... The hell? That's not what I wanted to do. That's also not what I wanted to do. That's also not what I wanted to do. There we go. Better. Yeah, this will be fine. There's absolutely nothing wrong about this. Okay, and there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I am going to... So I'm going to just select all the ship. Going to make black. Mark black. But then, I'm also going to select like this. Alright. And make it white. Because you might as well make it interesting to look at. Oop. that is definitely not what I wanted to do. Rectangular selection. Actually, this is fine. So, the name of the ship is still there. Like, you know, we can still figure it out. Ah, yes, a small group of alien craft. I wonder what will happen here. I want to shoot a little bit so they attack. So they turn hostile. There we go. And now Mr. Krabs can have fun. Okay, ladies and gents, this concludes this episode. What I'm going to do is I am going to quickly deck it out as much as I can with the, Ooh. This thing is not good at stopping, is it? So yeah. Oh, wait. This thing was sold here. Okay, wait. I actually do have a comparison. What the hell? So this ship right here, its deceleration is 246 meters per second. This one is 10. So we need to, like, fix that as much as we can. And the only, and the inertia dampener is pretty much the only way that I can think of that happening. So we will have to just place these inertia blocks anywhere we can and hope for the best. So there we go. Deceleration is 31 now. And that is not nearly enough. That's like not even close to what the other ship has. Okay, kind of like this. It's perfectly fine. We're up to 53. Let's put more here. More here. There we go. Like, I need all the deceleration I can get. 85. I need at least 100. Like, that is my goal right now. 100 meters per second deceleration should be perfectly fine and perfectly adequate, and everyone's going to be having a good time. Okay, there we go. Very good. Very good until to the point that I looked at our energy use, because that is not, in fact, good. That's good. Let's hire a captain, and then let's start hiring... How many do we need? Probably all of them. Okay, there we go. And now, mechanics. More mechanics? More mechanics? There we go. Much better. One sergeant should be enough. I will set up the thing so it actually does the thing where it auto-assigns people. No? One more? One more? Oh, there we go. Okay, it's time to pay someone. A 1/10 of a million credits to Mr. Krabs. Yeah, boy. I wonder if they actually did fix that thing. Actually, no. This feels fine. You know, maybe I should have placed... Yeah, let's do it. There's no avoiding it. We need more thrust. And it needs to be on this side. Like, it just has to be here. Let's go to middle snap again. And we're just going to fill out all of this as thrusters. Because JFC, that is not a lot of thrust. And this one gets a smaller one. Okay, there we go. Now, of course, this has the added benefit of needing more power core. So, what else is new? This will be completely fine. I wonder where the hell can I even stick this thing now? Well, first of all, it's not going to be that sort of snap. It's going to be more something like this. I'm just currently using up every single free section of the ship. Just fill it with more generators. As much as I can, anyway. Something like this. There we go. We have already reached our... Yeah, just more energy. This will be perfectly fine. There is nothing to worry about. Yeah, sure. Let's put generators on top of the plates. That sounds perfectly normal. No, that's it. That's it. That's it. 52 minutes in. This is it. Like, this is as far as we can get. Hire crew. There we go. One dude man bro. Now, our mining turrets. This is going to be kind of easy. Iron, titanium. I would really like neonite. Yeah, there we go. Neonite mining turrets are obviously going to be the best choice here. I'm also going to turn all of this thing into neonite in just a moment. That is assembly turret base. This turret base. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. One mining turret. Another mining turret. I'm looking for neonite only right now. Oh, alright. Actually need to do that as well. Okay, I guess let's start with these ship systems first. So that's armed turrets, that's not what we need. Defensive weapons, no. Armed or unarmed, no. Trinium. Okay, so first of all, which uses the least? Neonite. Yeah, let's go with trinium. There we go. After that, we are just going to find our unarmed turret slots. 1, 2... Let's try how many of these can it fit with that, like with that amount. After that, though, there is the subject of needing a, there we go, hyperspace core, generated energy. Let's put that in as well. And that's it. Like, for now, I think that is in fact it. Let's keep adding the turrets right now. There we go. A big old chonkin turret. Titanium armor. Yeah, this is fine. Like, this is gonna be perfectly fine. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this. Let's just grab all the miners. And let's hire a few more normal people so they can do the thing. Okay, there we go. Oh no, pirates! Too bad that we don't have a ship that can just, you know, poo-poo into their mouth. Okay, ladies and gents. I'm going to put up the vote for this ship a bit later, and I'm also going to, like, finish up the overall design of this thing a little bit later as well. But overall, I do like what I'm looking at. I suppose the only change that I would really like to do is, well, first of all, I'm going to modify the whole ship and turn it just into neonite. Boom. No biggie. And secondly, where it's not applicable, especially, well, like, we have no armor here, so I'm gonna just take titanium armor, and I'm going to turn this into titanium armor. It's more for the sake of actually doing something with it. Because I kinda am tempted to just, like, put plates on this thing again. Perhaps not our... What about this thing? Like, we designed it so nicely, and then we never frickin' did anything with it. Like this really long plate thing. It's not doing it again. I'm pressing, like I'm holding Alt, right? And I'm pressing on the root block. And, okay, now it did it. I only had to, like, press down, like, 7 times. And yeah, I think I remember why we never did anything with it. It doesn't curve into... It doesn't curve into it. That's the problem. Just kind of like this. No, I guess if it's gonna be plates, we're just gonna go back to the Warzone version. Didn't we design a plate that specifically curves inwards? Or am I remembering it wrong? Like, I'm pretty sure we did make a version that just curves inwards a lot to kind of not have this problem anymore. So what do we have in the end? 0.2, 0.26, 0.3. I guess. And at the same time, that is not a lot of jump range. So that's actually kind of sad. Sheet capacity, no. What do we do? Jump range, +2. Okay. Let's install that. Maybe now it's a little bit better? Yeah. This will be enough. This will be enough for what we're trying to do here. And what we're trying to do here is just create a more or less feasible mining ship, like a secondary mining ship. And for that reason, I think this is fine. But yeah, you guys get to name it. So hopefully this does, like, this is an example of a non-symmetrical ship design. And it really became, like, really complex really fast. Like, I have to admit it. Oh, you just... Beluga. No need for that. I guess one of the things I, again, need to do is just neonite, and boom. Okay. Order... no, not from here. From... here. Temp name. Please mine. Then go here. Then refine. Then jump here. And repeat. Okay. Let's take a look how it goes. Oh! Zippy boy. But can the Zippy boy stop? Is my question. I really hope they're not gonna go, like, after the same rocks all the time, because I've seen ships having troubles with that. Like, they're both are going to try not to ram each other a lot. They're gonna, like... Yeah, see what happened? Like, our new mining ship is kind of... I know Beluga is stuck because of it. So now they're kind of competing. And that is not what I want it to do. So, what I'm gonna do... So, temp name, go over here. I'm just gonna tell it to, like... Actually, I'm not gonna tell it. I'm gonna do it myself. I'm actually just going to do it myself. Because I do not want to deal with the, slight stupidity. Oh wait, is this all mined out now? I do have a, mining system on this thing, and I'm not getting any... No, there's some here. Okay, there we go. Yeah, this deceleration is perfectly fine, by the way. Okay, there we go. And let's just very quickly tell it to do its thing. So, temp name. Mine. Jump. Refine ores. Jump. Loop. And there we go. Alright, ladies and gentleboys, this was episode 24. We have ourselves a new miner, and like, design-wise, it looks kind of interesting. At least I finally had the chance to do the whole, you know, not asymmetrical sort of thing anymore. And it still has that kind of junker-ish feeling. Like, it's completely industrial, it's completely inelegant. But in a good way. Anyway, thanks guys for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next episode.